Are you ready to get your freak on? Welcome to Move Like a Contrology Freak. My name is Kira Lamb, and this is a series of Pilates exercise tutorials for the Pilates curious up to the seasoned professional. Let's play around with the saw. Now, you just finished doing the corkscrew, which was all about stabilizing the top of your Pilates box or your shoulder girdle while rotating the bottom of the Pilates box with a little bit of spine flexion. This exercise is all about stabilizing the bottom of the Pilates box while rotating the top of the box with a little bit of flexion. It's kind of like spine stretch forward with a twist. You'll do 4 sets of this exercise, and it's introduced at the intermediate level, and you do it throughout the advanced level. So I'll meet you on the mat. If you're working at an intermediate level, you just would have finished your final corkscrew. To transition into the saw, hug your knees into your chest, rock up to seated, and extend your legs in front of you, wider than your hips. If you have boxes, your heels go in the middle of the boxes. You anchor your heels into the floor, pull the soles of your feet back, press your hamstrings or the backs of your thighs down, and root your sitting bones into the mat. Lift the bones in your lower back, support it by lifting your lower abdominals under your ribs. As you press your head through the ceiling, reach your arms out to the side. Let's start with just the spine movements. Rotation first. Lift your waist and rotate the top of your box to the right as much as you can. I'm trying to get the top of my box to face you, but the bottom of my box, my hip points, facing the wall in front of me. I press my thighs down, lift my waist, and return. Other side, lift your lower abdominals, rotate the top of your box to the left wall, your hip point or the bottom of the box face the wall in front of you. Lift your lower abdominals and return center, adding the forward bending. Press your thighs down, rotate as much as you can to the right, and then lower your chin to your chest, lift your lower abdominals and round forward. Press your thighs down, lift your lower abdominals, and roll all the way up, and then you untwist. Other side, lift your lower abdominals, twist the top of your box to the left, lower your chin to your chest, lift your lower abdominals and round forward, forehead to your knee. Press your thighs down, lift your lower abdominals, roll up into a twist, return center. What are your arms doing? Press your thighs down, rotate the top of your box to the right. Start to flip your back hand up towards the ceiling like a seesaw. Press this arm up and back, chin to your chest, and your left hand reaches for your midfoot. Imagine a game of tug of war. There's a team of players pulling this arm up and back, and another team of players pulling your arm forward and down to your midfoot. As much as this arm goes back, lift these ribs up to the back arm. This team wins. They pull you up into a twist and return center. Lift your spine, rotate the top of your box to the left. You flip your palm, press your tricep up, chin goes down, forehead to your knee. Your right hand goes to your left midfoot, and then reach back and up with the left hand, forward and down with the right hand. Lift your lower abdominals, roll up into a twist, and return center. Lift and twist. Flip your palm, press your tricep up, round forward, forehead to your knee, left hand to your midfoot. Can you keep lifting your right ribs to that right hand and then reach back and up to come up into a twist and center? Last one. Lift your waist and twist. Flip your palm, press your tricep up, chin down, forehead to your knee. Your right hand reaches for your midfoot. This arm reaches back, create opposition, and then reach back so much you roll up into a twist and return center. If you're working at an advanced level, you would have just finished your last corkscrew. You'll rock up to seated from here. So I'm going to dive my head forward, come up to a seated position, separate my legs wider than my hips or in the middle of my boxes. Set up the same way. Press your thighs and heels down, lift your abs and reach your arms out to the side. Grow taller and twist to the right. Round forward and find your shape. Find the opposition with your arms first and pull your ribs back. Now you do 3 pulses. You pull your right ribs back, pull them back even more, pull your right ribs back more, and then reach up and back to come up to seated and return center. Other side, lift to twist,
Flip your palm, press your arm up and round forward. The pulses are this. I pull my left ribs back. I pull them back even more. I pull them back even more. I reach back to come up to seated and return center. Lift your spine to twist. Round forward. I rotate my ribs to the right. I rotate them a little bit more. I rotate them a little bit more. I lift my waist to come up to seated and return center. Lift your spine to twist. Round forward. Pull your left ribs back to your left hand. Your back hand goes behind your spine even more. Roll all the way up and return center. One more. Lift to twist. Round forward. Keep pressing your right arm behind you. Reach your right ribs to your right hand and then roll all the way up and return center. Final one. Lift to twist. Flip your palm. Lift your lower abdominals and round. Keep rotating to the left. Rotate a little bit more. Rotate a little bit more. Roll up into your twist and return center. Just like I showed you in the video for the spine stretch forward, if sitting in this position feels more like this, it's hard to lift your spine and straighten your legs, do the exercise with bent knees. I'm pressing my heels down so that activates or fires my hamstrings, and I lift my waist. It's the same exercise. I lift to twist, I lift my lower abdominals and round forward. I press my heels down, roll up into a twist, return center. Press your heels down, twist. Lift your lower abdominals, press your back arm up, round forward. Press your heels down to roll up and return center. If you remember, the other option is to elevate yourself. So I just stacked my boxes. You could also use a yoga block, for example. And then it's the same exercise. I press my heels and thighs down, lift my spine. I twist to the right. I lift my lower abdominals and round forward. I press my heels down to roll up into a twist, return center. I lift my spine and twist. I lift my back arm round forward. I reach back and up to roll up into a twist and return center. So there are three issues that tend to come up in this exercise. The first one is instability at the bottom of the Pilates box. What that looks like is this. Lift your spine, and as you rotate to the right, you rotate so much that your hips go along for the ride. And now my hip points are pointing on a diagonal instead of facing the wall. So to correct that, as I rotate my ribs to the right, I feel like I'm twisting my hips to the left. And that creates some stability. And then I press my thighs down, lift my waist, and return center. I go the other way. As I rotate my ribs to the left, I feel like I'm rotating my hips to the right. So it's like a counter twist. And then I lift my waist and return center. So the other thing that I see come up, the second thing is, instead of rounding forward like the spine stretch, I see a hinge, so it becomes a hamstring stretch. So what that looks like is this. Lift to twist, and then a hinge forward. So I'm mostly focusing on my hamstring. Instead, you want to press your thighs down, lift your lower abdominals, and round forward. There's space. And then I roll all the way up and center. Other side, I press my thighs down, ribs go to the left, hips counter twist to the right. I round forward instead of hinging. You can see the difference between this and this. So I'm lifting my ribs up, my sits bones are grounded, I roll all the way up and center. The third thing that I see is turning the pulses into a bounce of the torso. So that looks like this. Twist, round forward, and pulse, pulse, pulse. Instead, you want that to be rotate, rotate deeper, rotate a little bit deeper. So it'll look like this. I lift my spine to rotate. I round forward. I rotate a little bit more. I rotate a little bit more, a little bit more. I lift into a deeper twist and then return center. I lift and rotate my ribs to the left, counter twist my hips to the right, and then I round forward, lifting my lower abdominals. I lift my ribs up to my left hand. Left ribs reach back. Left ribs reach back. I lift my lower abdominals, come into a deeper twist, and then return center. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Now, if you're looking for more personalized instruction and feedback, or maybe like an actual class, I teach virtual mat classes on Zoom every single week. Go to my website, kiralam.com, and you'll find my schedule, and you can register for class.
For a discount, enter the code ContrologyFreak. Go figure. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and you'll get 3 exercise tutorials every week. Thank you.